Welcome. Make sure everybody has your tickets before we begin. We don't want anybody not to be able to get in. Thank you, Chris Warren and 112 Productions. Charlotte Marie, Charm Productions. Pose, very good. Charlotte Marie and Charm Productions. Next we have Eagle Eye, Daphne Grayson. Daphne Grayson, Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye. Now we'd like to welcome Imaginography Entertainment, Alton Hamouni. Alton Hamouni. Imaginography Entertainment. Welcome, welcome. Future filmmakers. Seeing them standing next to Steven Spielberg soon. Next we have John Ruff with Brewman team. Or don't we? We got looking for John Ruff, Brewman. Red carpet. Slept away yesterday, Titus Richard. Titus Richard slept away yesterday. Come on in. Titus? Here we are, here they go. They're out hobnobbing, dealing with paparazzi probably. Here we go. Titus Richards slept away yesterday. Arm in arm. And casting crew. Next we're looking for Grant Gelden, That Much Better. Welcome, Grant Gelden, That Much Better. Well, I know Shakespeare by the Sea is here. They're waiting for somebody else. Rio group. Yeah, if you could help out a little bit by clearing the red carpet. I know everybody wants to be on the red carpet.
All right, I'm Julianne Nunn with InlandSoCal.com, and here we are at the 48-hour film project premiere screenings here in Riverside at the Ultra Star Cinemas, and I'm here with Titus Richards with Slept Away Yesterday. That's the name of your team. Now, you took part in the 48-hour film project for your third time this year. How was it taking part this year?
It was great. It was very stressful, a lot of work. All of us were up late working hard. But yeah, it went good. It was a big challenge. We had a lot of people involved this year. And just, yeah, that 48 hours. It's a tough time frame to meet.
Okay, now reflecting back, it's been about maybe 2 weeks since you've done this, actually made the film. How does it feel to actually know that it's going to be up on the big screen? Everybody's going to be watching your film, and they're going to be able to react to certain things and laugh at certain parts.
This is the best part, is being able to go to the premiere just only 2 weeks later, and seeing how everyone reacts, people laugh at the right parts, and also seeing everyone else's films. Like, it's always fun to see what everyone else did in the 48 hours.
So this red carpet part was kind of new this time. They were able to announce your name and the name of your team. How did it feel to be able to be recognized in that way?
It was cool. It was especially good for the team. I feel like it's like for a lot of people that have done this for the first time and really worked hard that weekend, it's kind of a nice, quick payoff for everyone to feel like they're recognized. And, I think it's really cool. They really went above and beyond this year.
Talk to me briefly about your film. What was it called? What genre did you have? And tell me a little bit about your film.
Okay, we got dark comedy. Our film is called Love Thy Neighbor. And it's about basically two families that go on a camping trip and go to this really ugly resort and just kind of butt heads and are at each other's throats the whole time. So, and Dave shot it, just Dave Lopez and Jared stars it. That's the weird guy.
So, is this your first time participating in the film?
This is my first time, and it was a great experience. I got to work
For those of you who prefer going to find your seat in front of the theater,
It was just a great time. I mean, it was very stressful, long hours, and it's kind of hard sometimes seeing it get cut. You know, you got to cut it down to meet that requirement. So it was fun. It was a great experience. I'll definitely be back.
Do you guys recommend it for other people? What's kind of your number one piece of advice for people?
Go down the hallway.
I think sticking to your game plan is smart. I mean, it's easy to do more than you're able to do in that short time frame. Especially when you start writing, you start getting all these great ideas. It's hard to condense everything. Also in editing.
Okay, now I'd like to introduce everyone to
keep it simple.
WEG Entertainment.
Thank you so much. And for those of you who were unable to make it to tonight's screening events, there's also going to be additional screenings here at the All-Star Cinemas from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. tomorrow night. And we're going to be back with a couple more interviews.
If you're a team member or if you have your team here and you haven't checked in or had your photograph taken, please come on up to the front of the lobby.
But it was all like, getting trauma.
All right, I'm joined now here by Jeanette DePinza, who's the Inland Empire City producer.
Alan,
step a little closer. Alan seems to like he's a little wrapped up right now, but just briefly talk to me about this is all coming together right now. This is a big event that you guys have been working so hard to put it all together. How does it feel to be
last minute product? Marcelo A. Welcome. Come on, big round of applause. Up to the hey.
Feels incredible.
Last minute product, Marcelo A.
I'm glad that everybody's enjoying it. All the filmmakers, they seem to be enjoying the show.
Talk to me about some of the new stuff that you had this year. Obviously, you added this red carpet thing. It's definitely a great way to recognize some of the filmmakers who have taken part. 12 teams that are going to have their film screen tonight. So, why is this kind of a nice little extra thing?
Because they poured in a lot of hard work over one wild weekend, and this is just one of the few ways, or many ways, that we want to recognize that for them. We do appreciate
Now I'd like to introduce everyone to Shakespeare by the Sea. Allison
Talk to me about some of the teams that are going to be having their film
Shakespeare by the
screen tonight.
Sea. Big round of applause for Shakespeare by the Sea. Allison
They
Beal.
came in from Palm Springs, actually, and the team
Is that
that's
correct,
right
Allison
behind me
Beal's
is
Fields?
Shakespeare by the Sea. They also filmed their movie in Palm Springs, but the team leader is actually from Boston. She competed in San Diego. She was hanging out in Palm Springs, met up with, or started chatting with Will Dean from the Palm Desert Sun, and he was at our meet and greet in Palm Springs, and that piqued her interest. So she did ours as well. We have Slept Away yesterday. Titus Richard. This is their second year competing.
And last but not least, we'd like to introduce everyone to Red V Productions. Daniel McAvoy.
They are also from
Red V Productions. Big round of applause. Come on, let's everybody.
They also,
Woo!
some of the members of that team.
All right, everybody, let's go inside the theater and sit down all the way to the right. Get down to the bottom.
So I know you've been publicized.
Left-hand side, and
You've
welcome
been
to
publicized a
40 Hour
lot,
Film.
throughout this process as being one of the producers, but also Alan Cook, who's running around right now, is also running around getting things set up for us right now.
We take turns running around and taking breaks.
Definitely, Alan's been working really hard as well.
Definitely.
Okay.
You can see the sweat on his forehead.
Okay. So just how do you feel about the big screen and having everything set up? You guys have a 420 seat theater that you guys have actually rented out for this, so a lot of family, friends can come out and watch this. How is it going to be having it on the big screen?
from my own experience competing in 48-hour film project last year, it was definitely one of the most memorable experiences of my life, and I'm sure for a lot of the teams tonight, it's their first time competing. So hopefully they'll like it so much, despite any negative things that happen during the weekend, that they'll do it again next year. All right.
Thank you, and we'll be right back with a couple more interviews. Once again, we're at the 48-hour film project, the Inland Empire competition that wrapped up last week, actually August 6th through 8th, and this is actually going to be the premiere screening where 12 of those films are going to be screened. Additional screenings will be held tomorrow here at the Ultrastar Cinemas from 6 to 8 and 8 to 10. That is Thursday. And we'll be right back. And once again, we're here at the Inland Empire 48-hour film project premiere screenings, and I'm here with another team. Can you first of all start off by telling me your name and the name of your team?
My name is Paul Billy Sutton, and our team is WEG Entertainment.
Okay. And Paul, what city are you guys based out of?
We're based out of the Palm Springs area, actually Bermuda Dunes.
Okay. Is this the first time you guys decided to take part in the Inland Empire 48-hour film project?
This actually is. This is our very first time, start to finish, dealing with the 48. It's been a wonderful, wonderful experience with Alan and Jeanette, and I'm looking forward to it again next year.
Talk to me a little bit about the experience, because obviously you know the rules, you've heard them all before, you know that you're going to get a genre, you've got the list, but you don't know which one you're going to get. You also have 3 essential elements that can pretty much be anything random. How was it incorporating all of that into your film?
3 elements actually turned out to be pretty easy actually this year, meaning like the element was a toothbrush. So that can be pretty well used. We actually filmed at a convenience store, so it made it actually pretty easy to incorporate that. The character and what they do for a living, just turn one of the characters into that person. It actually made it pretty easy. And here's my other partner in crime, Yara. She's also one of my producers in this film. My lead producer could not make it this evening, I'm sorry to say. But to get back to the experience, it was a wonderful experience. It actually was worth getting only, 6 hours of sleep in 3 days? It was well worth it.
And talk to me about the genre that you guys got, and how did you begin the script writing process? And were you behind schedule? Were you on schedule?
Well, in our minds, we kind of had a rough idea of what kind of film we wanted. But once we got the genre, we actually got lucky. It was drama, which with me is very easy to do. And we had a lot of help from the team. Without the team, this would not have been possible. I have to say that most of all. It was a team effort. It was just taking that genre, taking our concept, and everybody talking and putting their 2 cents in and developing the story. It actually was easier than I thought it would be.
How big was your team, and was it a challenge in terms of transportation time? Because obviously you guys have an extra hour there getting back from Palm Springs, and you have to drop off your film.
That was a big challenge. I have to say this year we did not make the 7:30 deadline. So, but we are still here premiering. We got it done. And logistically, it does make it more difficult. I wish the 48 would allow like an extra hour travel time for us being so far away. Other than that, it was a wonderful, wonderful experience.
And for those who don't know, the 48-hour, for those who aren't able to make it by the 7:30 p.m. Deadline on Sunday, will actually be able to still have their film screened. They're just not going to qualify for the major awards that the film project offers. So, being able to see your movie up on the big screen, how is that going to be for you tonight?
It's going to be awesome. I've done a lot of acting, and I've done some other directing. I've never seen one of my finished products yet on the big screen, unfortunately, on a big silver screen. You know, I see them on small screens. It's going to be a dream come true. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I plan on doing many more of these.
Thinking back, was there anything that you would have changed about what you had done early on in the process, or something that you wish you knew?
I did say no. I mean, it actually went surprisingly well. Easy for me to say. I just put Craigslist out, had people answer it, and just keeping everybody straight with my producer's help, just keeping all the paperwork straight, who's who and what kind of characters they can play. And we had about 2 weeks to find out who's who and where they best fit in the project and the team. And then once that Friday night hit for that 48, and we got that genre and then the 3 elements, it's just a matter of just patching it out and getting it done. And we actually started filming that night.
Okay, so was it harder or easier than you thought it was going to be?
The whole end product actually turned out to be easier than I thought. The hardest part was the lack of sleep. Other than that, it was easier than I thought it would be. It was a lot of fun.
And what did you guys think?
Well, for me, it was the best experience on my life because I worked with Paul for about 3 years. He's a great director, and I'm going to have the pleasure to see him on a big screen, you know, exactly. It was like a great experience, and we had to give up a lot of things, but it was worth it because it was a joint effort.
And so are you guys are actually professional production people who have experience in this field?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
And so how was it for you to be going up with filmmakers of all levels, and you guys are a little bit more experienced, at least on the production side, you know, to try this? I mean, was it still challenging for you guys?
I'd say no. There's a lot of talent here.
She's not.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of talent here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who have been doing this many years. I think they have a lot more experience than I do. I may be a professional in the industry. Unfortunately, in today's economy, it's not a full-time production company for me yet. That's my plan. And it's just a matter of, I wasn't too worried about it. I was here to do my own as a team and share the glory with my team.
Thank you guys so much, and congratulations, and good luck. And
Thank you.
happy to see I'll be happy to watch your movie as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Once again, we're here live at the Inland Empire 48-hour film project premiere screenings here at the Ultrastar Cinemas in Riverside. For those of you who are unable to make it to tonight's screening, there are also going to be several screenings tomorrow as well, one from 6 to 8 p.m., and that's going to be an additional about 12 films, and then one from 8 to 10 p.m., and that's going to be another 12 films. There's also going to be an additional screening, a couple screenings in Temecula next week, and be sure to check the Inland Empire 48-hour film project website for this. Thanks so much, and we'll see if there's a couple of more interviews for you guys. Once again, I'm Julianne Nunn with InlandSoCal.com, and we are here live at the Inland Empire 48-hour film project premiere screenings, and I'm here with actually two of the judges of this competition, and the films have not been judged yet. These are just going to be 3 screenings of 12 films each over the next 2 days. And this is Sherry Davis with the Inland Empire Film Commission, and I'm sorry I didn't get your name.
Mark Lavati with the Palm Springs Film Alliance.
Okay. Now, both of you guys are going to be judges, and you're going to be watching the films pretty soon when they start rolling inside. And just want to find out, what are you guys kind of looking for when you are going to be taking a look at these films?
Well, for me, I'm going to look at creativity. They didn't have any time really to put this together from the time they started until they wrapped it. And so I'm going to look at creativity, probably all of the things that go into it, the lighting, the acting, how well it was directed. So it's a lot of things that are going to go into it. But I think mainly the script, because they had to write the script when they were filming also. So it's just a compilation of all of their efforts. So that's what I'm looking for.
Same thing, actually. It's just taking what normally takes 3 or 4 months to put together, maybe even a year, into 48 hours, and just see how well they do that. It's just fascinating to me. Because all the parts are there, all the writing, every little bit of it just condensed by 1,000 times. And that's the fun of it. That's just the fun to see if in that period of time you end up with really good work. So that's what I'm going to be looking for.
And I think what's really key too is these are individuals that may know each other but maybe not well. So when they come together and gel as a team, it takes all of their creativity, all of their ideas as they pull it together. Like Mark said, it can take up to a year, right? And they're doing it in 48 hours. So I'm kind of excited. It's a lot of teams from out here. And so as a film commission, we're always looking for those new filmmakers that we can help get started. And so we certainly hope some of them with their next project.
This is the 48-hour film project's 3rd visit to the Inland Empire, even though this has been running for quite a few years now in other cities. How was it to have it come to the Inland Empire?
I think it's exciting because we always are looking for the new filmmakers, for the next Steven Spielberg or Oliver Stone or something. And one of our films was in Sundance last year. So, there's tremendous talent out here. It's just finding it. And this, I think, encourages people to try that maybe never have tried before. And they may discover that they have a whole lot of talent in there. And that's what we're looking for.
And I know there's at least one team from Palm Springs this year. One of them that's going to be having their film screen tonight. I'm not sure if there's more than one, but
Yeah, there's more than one. That's what's exciting too for me, because that's one of the things. The Inland Empire is a gigantic area. It is huge, and to try to get the filmmakers from all the different parts of it involved with this is a task. For Jeanette, Alan, it's tough. But that's what I was trying to do, is try to get more people from the Palm Springs area really involved. And next year we want to get more teams, because now they have a taste of it. They have a great taste of it. They had a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. But maybe get 4 or 5 teams next year.
Well, thank you so much. I know both of you need to get in there to watch those films so you can do some judging. Once again, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And we're live at the Inland Empire 48-hour film project premiere screenings here at the Ultrastar Cinemas in Riverside. And once again, if you are unable to make it to tonight's screenings, there are additional screenings tomorrow from 6 to 8 and 8 to 10 also here. So we'll see if there's going to be a couple more interviews for you guys. What is that? I'm Julianne Nunn with InlandSoCal.com, and here we are at the Inland Empire 48-hour film project premiere screenings. And tonight, a lot of filmmakers are going to actually get to see their hard work on the big screen.
That's right.
And this is Alan Cook, the 48-hour Inland Empire city producer, who's actually one of the coordinators of this event this year. We were able to get Jeanette DePinza a couple minutes ago. And so, Alan, wanted to get your perspective on all of this.
Well, really, it's a great evening for a lot of these filmmakers. It's really not about us at the 40-hour film producer. It's really about all the hard work that a lot of these folks went to actually produce a 4 to 7 minute film in 48 hours, and that means by the time that Friday evening when we announced all the characters and all the information, had to go home, write the movie, shoot the movie, and be back in 48 hours with a finished product, scored, music, the whole thing.
And I spoke to Jeanette a little bit about the actual project in general, but I wanted to talk to you about what's next. What's next for these films? Because I know there's some additions this year. Some of those films are going to be screened at the Temecula Valley Film Festival as well, and that's in, I believe, September. So what's kind of next for these films after they go through these screenings?
Well, normally because of the cost of the theater and the size of the teams, 24 to 36 teams. We had 36 teams this year finished, which is really fantastic. About a dozen more than last year. So every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Very exciting. But what we were able to bring on with the help of the City of Temecula Community Theater is an additional set of screenings. On Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be screening these films in Temecula. So people who couldn't make it, on a midweek, time in Riverside may be able to make our Temecula screenings. And it will be a little bit different. Here we've got screening group A tonight. Tomorrow is B and C for those teams. Each group has about 12. Teams in it, so it's about 12 films. But Monday and Tuesday we'll also have 12 films, but Wednesday will be the best of. And we'll be announcing runner-ups for best cinematography, best acting, best costumes, our award categories on Monday and Tuesday, and then announcing the final award winners on Wednesday during the best of. So even if someone did a lot of work and didn't quite make the best of, they would actually be able to qualify for best cinematography or best specific element of the project, best use of the line, that type of thing.
And some people actually have done really well with this by competing in this competition. We know Vegan Cannibals did really well last year. Talk to me about the success it kind of brings them, the exposure. They never thought that 48 hours that they put so much effort into is actually going to pay off in this huge way.
Well, that's right. Outside of the personal satisfaction, being able actually to do a film in 48 hours, which really is phenomenal. I mean, I work in production every day. Doing anything in 48 hours is phenomenal. And 7 minutes of dramatic without a script is really amazing. People need to be congratulated. And part of that is, where does the winning film go? And we'll pick, next week, or the judges, will pick the winning film. The best film out of all the judged films this evening will end up going to the national competition. And the winners of the national competition will actually go to the International Film Festival in Cannes next year. And when you talked about Vegan Cannibals, they were a team that had best of film last year in the Inland Empire. They were second runner-up here in the U.S. at Filmapalooza at the NAB convention, and they actually screened their film in Cannes Film Festival in a short segment over there.
So this is the third year that the film project has come to the Inland Empire. Obviously, you're a producer this year. How did it feel to just be a part of all of this and put this all together for those filmmakers who work so hard?
Well, it was really a lot of fun. I think I prefer actually being on the production side of it because it's over and done within 48 hours. We got started a little bit late, sort of end of June, beginning of July, when we agreed to come on board and help out. And since then, it's been fairly busy. And this won't end for us until the end of next week. So it's been a lot of fun. But really, the greatest satisfaction is meeting all these great filmmakers. Really have the right kind of heart, the kind of attitude. And you see kids in there in the films, and you see young teens. It's fantastic. You see people from all ages. This isn't about 20-something filmmakers. It's not about teenage filmmakers or people who've been doing it for 30 years. It's a wide mixture, and a lot can happen in 48 hours or not happen So if you have a lot of experience, you're not necessarily guaranteed a high score in that best of. Some of the best of have been pretty simple films, but they had a great story, and that's really what it's all about. It's all about storytelling.
Right, and I know you have to get back to what everything that you're doing, but just, you know, anything that you need to say about next year, whether you end up being a coordinator again or not, or you end up being a participant, anything that you're looking forward to next year.
Well, I don't know about being a coordinator or a city producer next year. Right now, the inclination is no, I don't wish to do that. But that's pretty true for even when you're a film, maker and you're producing at the 49th to 50th hour. You say, I'm never doing this again. This is idiotic. But it's like having kids, right? It's 2 weeks later, it's you forget the pain. So we're looking, I think, forward to next year.
Alan, thank you so much. And once again, they're going to start screening 12 of those films tonight, and they're going to get started in the theater. And thanks so much for watching.